Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Talita. Happy birthday to you.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and a happy new year to you. I hope your new year is going well. Mine has been celebrative, also stressful because our daughter just turned 1 and she has her first birthday in the first half of the year. So I've been busy planning and looking for decorations, thinking about the birthday cake and stuff like that. So I celebrated her birthday and it was big, it was nice, it was busy. But to be honest, I can't believe it's been a year. I've just been like, wow, that was fast. Like, that was really quick. I'm still trying to recover. To be honest, when I think back at it, I feel like the first 3 months are the longest. Those feel like forever because there's a lot of things that you can't do that you used to do. But after like the sixth month, things just go like super quickly. And for me, I think it was really when she turned 10, 11 months when I was like, what? Like in 2 months, you're 1 or in a month and then it was like oh in a week you already won. It was really quick. I felt like I wish I could have had some sort of ability to slow the time to be like can we go a bit slower because I don't know, like the first year is it's always a mixture of feelings. You want them to become more independent and to grow, but at the same time you're like wow, that was too quick. I still want you to stay baby. So yeah, I've just been thinking of taking the time to consider the things I learned from the first year. How is it like after a year? And I can honestly see the difference. Like the first week, I was lost. My husband and I were lost. We were just tired. I think tired was what really defined us. It was just a lot of learning, and those first 3 months were just like, wow. I think after the first 3 months, we needed a whole sort of recovery. But yeah, it was a good year overall. I really thank God for the way He kept us, the way He carried us, the way He protected us. We had quite a lot of challenges for sure. Um, at some point, I was sick with corona. My husband was sick with corona. Then losing my grandma and the accident. There was quite a lot of things happening, but honestly, overall, I am so thankful and grateful and surprised that it went by so quickly. But not that I want to continue crying, because honestly, I'm so grateful that yeah, it's just unbelievable to be honest that it went by so quickly. And through all the challenges, like some to some extent, I can't believe I went through all of that. You know, it's like wow, like those sleepless nights and just give me a moment to collect myself. I am an emotional person, by the way. I think you've realized that by now. I can be quite emotional, especially I'm quite a waterfall. Okay, now we're collected. So when I look over the first year, I am very grateful for God's protection and His provision. There were times when I was just like, I remember the first week when we couldn't put her to sleep, and I was like, wow, like, what is this? Like, this child can only sleep on my chest. And that was a lot because I imagined it being like she sleeps in our crib, I sleep in my bed. and then I just pick her up to breastfeed her. But we have been co-sleeping for quite some time now. But I feel like I'm talking about a lot of other stuff, but let me get myself together. Let's get ourselves together. So when I think about the first week or the first 3 months, the first trimester, I would say that the challenges that I really faced were the breastfeeding. I didn't expect breastfeeding to be so difficult and so complicated, to be honest. I remember at some point I was like, if we're not if this is not working out within a week, like I'm giving her the bottle. And I remember having like blisters or wounds. I was just like, this is mad. I felt like I don't know why people don't explain these things to you beforehand. Of course, everyone experiences differently, but at some point I was like, I didn't think breastfeeding would take so long or so difficult to start. But once it started, it went really well. Like, she grew so well. She was small at birth, but she gained her weight quickly. Like it was fast, and I thank God for creating us that way, that we can feed our children and give them nourishment from our bodies to, yeah, to make them grow. But when I really think about breastfeeding, I was like, Chai, I didn't think it would be this complicated. I thought it would be definitely much easier. And when I also look back, I would say like I wish I could have taken more time to rest. I felt that I didn't give myself time to rest. Like I didn't like seeing the laundry, so sometimes you'd see me doing laundry. Um, I think it was more like cleaning and laundry, to be honest, because a lot of people cook for us, and I'm so grateful for everyone who cooked for us. It was so nice to just warm up a meal because I wouldn't have imagined myself standing in the kitchen cooking and also breastfeeding and being sleepless. Like it was just a lot, and I'm so thankful that we also had a midwife that came over to visit and advise us. I remember thinking about like asking just the most random questions and even like being uncertain about changing the pamper, all that stuff. But I think back, if I would really think about it, I would say like rest for me would be something I'll pay attention to in the future when I'm pregnant again and after delivery, fourth trimester. I think rest is so important because you have so much to adjust to. I think like delivery itself is so much, and I didn't take time for that. I feel that I would give myself more space and I would make sure we have help, like live in help. I felt that that also just, you need that. You need that live in help. You need somebody to be there to support you as a couple those first weeks, those first 3 months. Honestly, I feel that that's very crucial. That's so important to have somebody there supporting you. And when I also think about it, that a lot of people are like, sleep when they sleep. It's not easy to sleep when they're sleeping because sometimes they're sleeping on you or you're just not sure yet. Like there's so many uncertainties as well. I think that one fear I had was like the sudden infant death syndrome. I think that's what it's called. I don't even know. But where babies just die, and I felt like, what if I'm sleeping or I sleep on her? Or what if, yeah, just what ifs. Like, I just felt so much uncertainty. Like, I was not yet comfortable because she's small. And, yeah, like, I just thought that that's something I would consider more, sleeping when she's sleeping. I think at some point I started doing that for sure. I really started sleeping when she slept, and I was like, the laundry can wait. It's not that important, but I would take my sleep and my rest definitely more seriously in those first 3 months, and just in general, like just taking time to rest would be so important. And I think for me the biggest shock was time management. I I felt like, yeah, like time just was different. I felt that I was definitely struggling to spend time with God. Because before it was like I woke up and I had my time with God and then I started work, or before all that stuff. Even when I was pregnant, sometimes it was hard, but it was not as hard as when you had somebody who couldn't sleep on their own, like they just wanted to sleep on you and be with you the whole time. So I struggled with time management, and I felt that sometimes I would have appointments with friends and those wouldn't work out. And it was hard to explain that to friends that actually I am no longer in control. Like I my schedule is based on how my daughter is doing. You know, like if she's sleeping on me, I can't call. Like I'm not gonna wake her up, you know. I felt that it was just so different to have this aspect of like you're normally in control, like you say, I'm gonna do this, this and that then. But then now it was suddenly in my workouts, I don't know if she's sleeping. Um it works out. If she's sleeping on me, it might not work out. It was just like different to have this to take a step back and be like, excuse me, sorry, I just need to switch off the video monitor. So it was just a bit weird to be like, to have this little person practically controlling your life, to be honest. But I don't regret any of it. I really don't regret the times that I had to wait outside because she had fallen asleep in the stroller. They were annoying because honestly, I would rather have been inside. Um, some moments were just very, yeah, very not at the right time, you know, like if she slept and I still need to cook, it was very annoying. And I just think of also the time of having to cook when she was sleeping or when she was on my back, and I just felt like to me that was just a whole different ball game of having this little person call the shots, you know. But that's the way it is. And what I would also say was that this sense of like friendships, relationships, um, it did suffer because like I do remember sometimes I would make an appointment with a friend and be like, hey, we can call at this time, but then normally like the day before she slept at that time, but then on the day I have my appointment, for example, she decides not to sleep, then it's like, sorry, she's not sleeping and I'm the only one who can put her to bed, so I actually can't have this call or have to reschedule or just be more spontaneous. I had to learn to be more spontaneous, but I did see that some of my friendships did suffer because I wasn't as available as I used to be. But it's just the way things were, and I'm still not as available as I used to be, and I don't know when that would really change. But slowly but surely I'm taking back more of like me time, to be honest. It's still a process, but we're heading there for sure. And a big thing was also just the sense of taking care of myself. I felt that that really went in the, like that was not a priority. But at some point I realized I needed to start exercising. I need to just start taking care of myself. Those moments when I didn't brush my teeth until I don't know 2 in the evening. No, sorry, until 2 in the afternoon or until really late. Like at some point I was like, you know what, I need to do well so that I can have something to give. I just can't be on like what is that called? Automatic mode of just being there for her. So yeah, like it's been a lot. I feel like there's so many things that when I do take time to really think over them, I would really be like, wow, it was definitely a lot. It's a lot to digest. I have never grown as much as I grew in this first year of being a mom. I felt like that was just like a growth pill for sure. Like you wanna grow, have a child, like literally. But yeah, just to summarize, I think that when I would do it again, I would definitely give myself just more grace and more patience and just take it at a slower pace for sure. I feel like especially that first like that fourth trimester, I'll take more time and I'll enjoy my time a bit more, especially after the first 3 months. Of course, sometimes you're just tired because it's a lot. But I'll try to see the joys of every single moment. So I think for me, those were the hardest lessons learned from the first year of motherhood. It's such a journey that I would never trade anything else for. I am so happy to be a mother. I understand better now what it means to be a mother, and I'm so grateful to my mom and to all mothers out there. It's a tough job. Like it's not even just a job. It's a tough role to play, but I know that God has definitely graced us for that, to be the mothers that we need to be for our children. So yeah, I hope I could share some wisdoms from my first year, and I'm looking forward to your comments as well down below to what you learned in your first year of motherhood, or what you're learning whatever stage of motherhood you're in. I would really like to learn from you.